What's up YouTube, PokePrimer here, primed and ready to deliver you our Week 10 battle against Lexzzi and the Rocky Mountain Rajas. Lexzi's a really good friend of mine. She is really cool and has always been a tough match to go up against. She hasn't been doing too great this season. I believe she's got one win under her belt, I think, for this season, one or two. Usually it's a lot more than that. She's beaten me in playoffs before, so I think she no longer has a front office. She used to work with one of our league's former champions, so I think that helped a lot. She says she's not really great at the building section, she's just better at the battling section, so I want to make sure to preface this match with that, because she's really good, so need to preface that. But pretty much she brought all the things that I expected. The Archeops, obviously terrifying. Coco, terrifying as hell. She brought the Cofagrigus, which I'm not super mad about. I'm kind of not too mad to see the Cofag. That's pretty cool. We see the Flygon, the Mega Medicham, and the Drapion. I kind of expected these two and these two. Kind of would have maybe expected Gastrodon, but I guess with Among Us, that didn't make as much sense to her, which completely makes sense, so I don't blame her. So, but yeah, pretty much nothing too, that stands out as, crazy. So, my mindset in this one is to lead with Zygarde and hope that she leads Coco, and if she leads Coco, then we can go for our strat to try to trap it and kill it with an down to 1,000 ways extreme speed combination. If it works, cool. If not, well, we tried. So but yeah, let's hop right into this one and see how this one goes. So we see the Archeops lead here, and I'm convinced that she doesn't have Outrage. I was convinced as fuck she didn't have Outrage. I was we have a good chance to live it. I'm not too worried about it. She just has Outrage, and she's banded. So I was okay. So I just fire off 1,000 arrows here. Because I was alright, 1,000 arrows gets damage on everything, and I really legitimately wasn't expecting to see the Outrage, so yikes. But now Zygarde is really low, so Zygarde's not going to really do much else in this game, but we knocked the Archeops into Defeatist, which is important. So, yes. Now we are just going to switch into Sylveon, because obviously locked into Outrage, and at this point, Lexzzi just kind of sacks off the Archeops because it was locked in, so not really much that she can do about that. So we see the knockoff from the Cofagrigus, so not too sure what kind of set this is going to be. So we do get burned here by the Will-O-Wisp. Throw up a Wish here as Poltergeist comes out from the Cofagrigus, and that does very little damage. So we're just going to keep clicking Hyper Voice here as the knockoff comes out, takes away our leftovers, but we do get the Wish back. And that Cofag is in range, and we are going to take it out with a Hyper Voice. Drapion comes in, we set up a Wish as they go for a Whirlwind. And it brings us into our Doublade. We take an Earthquake really well with our Volcanion as they knock off our Chartyberry. This is a fully Spadef Drapion, by the way. As we just fire off Steam Eruptions in its face. And we are going to be able to pick up the kill. So that is 18 kills for Volcanion, and that is important, because now we are tied for the overall kill leader in, the kill record in BTA. So that's a max attack. That's max attack Coco. I just want to point that out. We Spore the Flygon since it's flying, so we can put it to sleep with our Among Us, and then really good play on Lexzzi's part going back into the Coco. That worked out incredibly well for her, as we did try to double into Volcanion to try to pick up the kill on Flygon. We do get paralyzed by the Thunderbolt, so it's a mixed attacking Koko. Brave Bird comes out and does a metric fuck ton of damage, but we do pick up the KO with the Sludge Bomb. We see the Flygon come back in here, and we are going to go back into Volcanion. Volcanion clicks the Steam Eruption, does a crazy amount of damage. This thing wakes up, goes for Scorching Sands. I was terrified, because if this thing was like Life Orb and like physical, we died to Earthquake. And I think if it was Life Orbed and special, we died to Earth Power. But I don't know if we died to Scorching Sands. But we live that, pick up the KO with Volcanion, and with that, ladies and gentlemen, we have broken the kill record in BTA. I double checked afterwards that the previous kill record was 18. It is. So that is our 19th kill of the season for Volcanion. And we're going to try to get more next week, hopefully. So, fingers crossed. But, yeah, we broke the kill record with Volcanion this week, which is super duper hype. I'm so happy about it. And now it's just Mega Medicham versus the world. And we just go into our dedicated counter for this, which is the Deblade. Deblade just clicks 3 Shadow Sneaks here, and that's just going to be GG's to Lexzzi. I've already committed to being Lexzzi's front office in the next serious season of BTA. I say serious season because, you know, we're doing a fun season next season. It's going to be a good time. I'm looking forward to it. But yeah. Yeah. It's big 6-0, week 10. Gotta love it. Big differential points. Gotta love those. We take those. Again, I want to make sure that this is clear. This is not as good as Lexzzi can be. She is a really, really good battler. She has beaten the shit out of me in the past. So I need to that needs to be clear here. I just want to make sure that that is very abundantly clear. This is not indicative of typical performance. With help in the team building department, and I plan on providing that in the future, she's going to be a monster. So keep an eye out in future seasons. I'm looking forward to it. But big win in week 10. Next week we take on the Wyndham Whoopers, coached by IRL Psyduck. So going to be a very interesting game for sure. I'm really, really looking forward to it. He has been one of the most consistent and top ranked players this season, so it's going to be one hell of a challenging match, to say the least. So gonna be fun. I'm not sure if you're going to see it next week. I was able to get both the team builder and the battle recorded pretty quickly after having them happen, so I'm gonna be able to get them up the same weekend, but I don't know if that will happen next week. And if it doesn't, they might be a little bit late, but I think we'll be pretty caught up. So, but thank you guys for watching. And if you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like down below and subscribe if you haven't already. Until next time, I'm PokePrimer, signing off.